In today's CET lecture, we are going to solve the questions based on the development, development, then the plasticity, and the last one, the growth hormones. Growth hormones, or it is also called as the growth regulators. But we have to consider in this lecture only the introductory part of this growth hormones or the growth regulators. So student, this development, under this development we have studied in revision theory lecture. What we saw there, the right from the seed germination up to the death of the plant body, what are the events takes place, that events we have to consider under the development. Then under this plasticity, what we have studied, the plasticity means the plant give response to the external environmental condition, and also they give response to the internal genetic makeup. So because of the internal genetic makeup and the external environmental condition, the plant shows the morphological changes. It is called as the plasticity, and in that plasticity what we saw there, the plasticity it is of two types. That is the plasticity because of the internal genetic factor, and another one, it is the plasticity because of the external environmental condition. So student, the cotton and the coriander, they shows the change in morphological character, means during the young seedling stage and at its adult stage, they show the change in the morphological character. It is due to the intrinsic plasticity or it is due to the internal genetic factor. But in case of the buttercup or that plant you are aware with, the Ranunculus flabacensis plant, in that we observed the plasticity because of the environmental condition. In the sense that plasticity is due to external environmental condition, means it is the extrinsic plasticity. Then the next, the under the introductory part of the growth regulator, why they are called as the growth regulators, or it is also called as the growth promoters. These growth promoters, they are of two types we have studied, that is the growth promoters and the growth inhibitors. Under the growth promoters, the three different types of the growth promoters are there, that is the auxin, gibberellin and cytokinin. And under the growth inhibitor, what we saw there, we saw the ethylene and the abscisic acid. So these growth regulators, they are synthesized in the plant body, and remember, the site of synthesis of growth regulator, it is different, and the site of action is different. These growth regulators, no doubt from where they are synthesized, from that site, they are transferred towards the various parts of the plant body where they are utilized through the phloem. So that part we are studied in the revision theory lecture. Then remember, the auxin means among this growth regulator, the auxin they shows movement from the morphological apex to morphological base, but remaining the four growth regulators, they never show a such type of the movement. So you remember all this introductory part, that part we have studied in revision theory lecture. So you learn these three most important sub points from your topic with the help of your revision theory lecture, and then you solve the questions based on this. So today in this lecture we are going to solve the questions based on this part of the topic. Here already the questions are provided. See the question number 139 according to the reference book. The organic substances synthesized in one part of plant and transported to other parts where they are active are the first option hormones, second option enzymes, third option catalyst, and fourth option inhibitors. So student, the which compound it is synthesized at the particular site, and at the site of synthesis they are not utilized, they are utilized towards the other side. So what is the correct answer? The hormones. Okay, then the next question, question number 140, the substances which can increase, decrease or even inhibit the plant growth is called first option precursors, second option enzyme, third option growth regulator, and fourth option it is biocatalyst. So what is the correct answer? The growth regulators. Okay, this is the correct answer. Then the question number 141, the term growth regulator was given by. So you have to know the name of scientist who used the term growth regulator. The first option they are given there, the Phillips, second option Sach, third option Thiemann, and the fourth option it is Trivavos. Okay, Trivavos. So remember, this is a direct question, who discovered or who used the growth regulator term, the scientist Trivavos. So you remember this is the direct question related to the name of scientist. Then question number 142, the Thiemann suggested to use the term dash dash for hormone of plants. The first option growth regulators, second option phytohormones, third option biocatalyst, and fourth option it is the enzymes. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer is the phytohormone. So this phytohormone, it is the term suggested by the Thiemann. Then the question number 143, which of the following is growth inhibitor? Student, we are studied among the 5 growth hormones, which growth hormone they acts as a growth promoter and which one they acts as a growth inhibitor. So from these 5, the 3 are the growth promoters and the 2 are the growth inhibitors. So with respect to you see the options, the first option auxin, second option gibberellin, third option cytokinin, and fourth option it is abscisic acid. So which is the growth inhibitor? The abscisic acid, it is the growth inhibitor. Then again the new question with respect to the name of scientist, the existence of auxin was first proposed by. So there is a auxin in the plant body, and who identified the existence of the auxin? The options are given, the F.W. Wendt, Denham, third option Sach, fourth option Darwin. So the existence of auxin, it was first given by the scientist Darwin. So the fourth option, it is your answer. Then the next question, auxin were first isolated from the plants by. Again this question, it is related to the name of scientist. You are aware with this who isolate the auxin from the plant body. It is given in our textbook. the scientists F.W. Wendt, they isolate the oxygen from the plant body. So the option they are given, the first option Darwin, second option F.W. Wendt, third option Boyson Jensen, and fourth option Sachs. So who isolate that? The scientists F.W. Wendt, they isolate that. Then the question number 146, apical dominance is due to. Okay, apical dominance is due to. So student, what is meant by the apical dominance? Apical dominance, suppose this is the shoot apex and they are having a such type of the lateral branches. So in the apical dominance, the shoot apex, they shows the continuous growth. Okay, the continuous growth it is seen at the shoot apex, and because of only growth at the shoot apex, the growth of lateral branches are suppressed. Okay, the growth of lateral branches are suppressed. Okay, growth of lateral branches are suppressed. It is called as the apical dominance. So with respect to this, the question number 146, the apical dominance is due to the first option abscisic acid, second option gibberellic acid, third option oxime, and fourth option it is cytokinin. So student, we are discussed in revision theory lecture the who take part in apical dominance, the cytokinin that take part in apical dominance. Then the next question, which of the following hormone is mainly concerned with the root initiation? Which of the following hormone mainly concerned with the root initiation? The first option, the kinetin, second option GA3 means gibberellic acid, third option it is indole acetic acid, and fourth option it is the abscisic acid. So the indole acetic acid, it is your correct answer, that indole acetic acid they take part in root initiation. So this is the direct question when you learn very carefully our revision theory lecture, then you easily understand the role of indole acetic acid. Then the next question, question number 149, Darwin used dash plant for demonstration of the oxygen. This answer, it is not given in your textbook, but you have to remember the which plant used by Darwin for the demonstration of the growth regulator. The names are given. The first option Avena sativa. This Avena sativa, it is used by the scientist F.W. Wendt for the isolation of oxygen. Second, it is given, it is Phalaris canariensis. Third one, Nicotiana tabacum, and the fourth one, Petcus rye. So student, which plant used by Darwin? Always remember, it is Phalaris canariensis. It is used for the existence of oxygen by the Darwin. Then the next question 150, the primary precursor of the indole acetic acid, precursor in the sense for the synthesis of indole acetic acid, the which initial compound it is required, it is called as the precursor. So that precursor, they are given the options. First option methionine, second option adenine, third option tryptophan, fourth option alanine. So methionine, adenine and alanine, these are the amino acids, and only one precursor it is given, it is the tryptophan. Okay, it is the tryptophan. So you remember the tryptophan, it is the precursor used during the synthesis of the indole acetic acid. Then the next question, the compound which can be converted into oxygen, they are called as the precursor, because just we are seeing in previous question. Then the next question, the Avena curvature bioassay was conducted by, so scientist F.W. Wendt, they conduct the Avena curvature test, and they also utilize for the isolation of the oxygen. So that the Avena curvature bioassay was conducted by the scientist Vant. Okay. Then the next question, the movement of oxygen in plant body is, they remember, just we are mentioned before, they among the five growth regulators, only oxygen, they show the polar movement, in the sense they are synthesized at the shoot apices and they show the movement in a downward direction. Okay, but the remaining four plant growth regulator, they shows the non-polar movement. So with respect to this, there is a question, the movement of oxygen in plant body is, the first option polar and unidirectional, second option from morphological apex to base, third option diffused, fourth option both A and B. So what is the correct answer? The both A and B, in the sense the first option polar and unidirectional means their synthesis, their movement, it is polar from morphological apex to morphological base, and they are transfer in one direction through phloem. So you have to remember this. Then the next question, the oxygens which can be easily extracted are, the options are given bound oxygen. So remember, this bound oxygen we cannot extract easily because they are in the form of a bound oxygen. Then the anti-oxygens, it is not a oxygen. Then the third one, it is the free oxygen, and the fourth one, it is oxygen precursors. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer, it is the free oxygen we can easily isolate, or we can easily extract from that particular site of the plant. Then the next question 155, which of the following is only natural oxygen found in plant? So student, we have studied, there are the oxygens which are synthesized naturally, they are called as a natural oxygens, and the oxygens which are synthesized artificially, they are also there, they are called as a artificial oxygens. So the options are given indole acetic acid, indole butyric acid, naphthalene acetic acid, and 2,4-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid. It is a 2,4-D. So among the four, only the indole acetic acid, it is a natural oxygen, and the remaining three are the artificial oxygen. So student, all these questions, it is based on theoretical part. I think you understand well. When you learn very carefully all this theoretic part, or when you are aware with this theoretical part, then you can easily solve the questions based on this, because all these questions, they are memory based. So when you know the detailed theoretical part, then you can easily solve the questions based on that theoretical part. Okay. So see the few more questions. Okay, few more questions. See the next question. That question, it is based on the plasticity. Okay, it is based on the plasticity. See that question, it is the question number 1. In given diagram ABCD represents. So they are given the 4 diagrams. I want to give you that diagrams here. Okay, that diagrams, very simple diagrams they are given. Okay, so this is the A diagram. Then another one, it is so such a type of the another diagram they are given. I think you are identified what is these diagrams. Okay, so this is the B diagram. Then the third diagram, it is similar to the B. Okay, So this is the third diagram, and the fourth diagram they are given. They show the more and more dissected leaves. I think you are identified these diagrams. These diagrams from the buttercup plant. Okay, so this is the 4D diagram. So with respect to this, there is a one question. In given diagram A, B, C, D, the options they are given. Okay, options they are given. The first option, A, diagram A, the simple leaf, diagram B, and C, compound leaf, and D, xerophytic leaf. So with respect to the xerophytic character, this option it is applicable. Okay, but this question it is related to plasticity. So with respect to that, you have to see toward this the options. Second option, A diagram water habitats, B diagram terrestrial habitats, C diagram adult, D diagram juvenile. The third option it is the A diagram from the juvenile plant, means young plant, B diagram from the adult plant, C diagram from the terrestrial habitats, and D diagram from the water habitats. Okay, and the fourth option, all are the incorrect. So what is the correct answer? The third option it is your correct answer. A diagram it shows the juvenile stage. Okay, juvenile stage of the coriander. Okay, we are studied in revision theory lecture. Okay, then this is also a from the coriander. So this is from the juvenile stage, and this is from the adult stage. Then the third diagram it is terrestrial habit of the buttercup plant. Okay, third one it is the buttercup plant. In case of the buttercup plant, that leaves it is seen when that plant they are exposed above the water. Okay, above the water, there they show a such a type of the leaves, but that plant the leaves are present in the water or at the submerged stage. They show the leaves which are more dissected. Okay, more dissected. So with respect to this, the third option it is where the correct answer. Then student, see the next question. That question it is based on the development. In that development, what we saw, we have seen there the right from the seed germination up to death of the plant body. What are the event takes place? All the events included under the development. So with respect to this, there is a question. Question number 24. They are separately given there. The development is a term that includes all changes that an organism goes through during its life cycle, from the first option, germination of seed, to senescence. Senescence means aging or at its adult stage or at its mature stage. Second option, flowering to senescence. Third option, germination of seed to maturation. Then the fourth option, germination of seed to flowering. So what is the correct answer? The development is a term that includes, first option it is the correct answer, germination of seed to the senescence, means their aging of that plant or up to that the adult stage or the mature stage. But the development it includes the stages up to death. So the first option it is your correct answer. So student, with this we will stop at this moment. Whatever the questions are remain behind, that question you have to solve at home, because when you learn very carefully our revision theory lecture, then you can easily solve the remaining questions. So with this student, we will stop at this moment.